Okay, Baruch Hashem, we have a wonderful opportunity to get deeper into the Parshas VaYeitzei, and talk about a lot of inyan about Yaakov. Yaakov is called the Tir Avos, the chosen of the Avos, and we're talking about also today, as we're at Hashem, the relation between learning and davening, which is a big topic. So let's get into it. So what was the difference between Yaakov and the other Avos? Why did Yaakov be Metakin Marav, specifically he? And how all is this Merumaz in his name? We'll see it, okay? Medrash Rabbah, Tzamalacha nafshi kamalacha basari. That's a pasuk in Tehillim, of course. Kishem, so this is Yaakov speaking in the Medrash. Kishem shenafshi tzamalacha. Just like my soul pines for you, desires you, is thirsty for you. Kach ramach eveirai sheyesh b'itzmeim b'cha. Incredible. It's just, it's always good just to understand things in a pashut way. You know, besides anything else, all the omek. Look at how Yaakov loved the Rebbeinu Shalom. Just like my soul is hungry for you, so too is my basar, every bit of me. Now, it sounds like Yaakov is the one who said this. Right, David Melech said it, but amongst the others, we're saying Yaakov said it. So what's miyuchad about this? Let's say Mavur said Yaakov Avinu Alav Shalom Hayagufo Gam Ke Madregas Nefesh. Wow. So Rabbeinu understands in a deep way. Right, means that his body also ascended to the level of his soul, because that's what he's saying. Tzamlacha nafshi, kamlacha basari. Just like my soul, so to my body. Right? Now watch what Rabbeinu does with this. So this he relates to the fact that Yaakov, and only Yaakov, was the one who made Marv. Why? The tefillas connected to meet them tikkum, like the Gemara in the fourth paragraph Bracha says. V'tefillas shachar tefillas mincha connected zrikas adam hatmidim. V'tefillas erev connected heivarim v'apradim shayim misachlim b'holchin kol halayla. Okay, this is Pashup Shad. If the tefillas are connected the davening, so let's think. Shachris and mincha is connected the tamid shel shachar, right, with the morning afternoon, and the ikar of that korban is of course the zrikas adam, the dam which is thrown. What do we do at night? We don't do something different at night. We burn the ivarim, we burn the parts of the korban, the body of the korban. So what? Vinei hadamu nefesh. The dam is the nefesh. So the ikar of shachar and mincha relates to the dam. The dam is the soul. But tavo nefesh is techapra nefesh. So, and I think that's the lashon of Chazal. The nefesh of the animal will come in mechapra on the nefesh of the person. The ikar kapar hi bedam al korchu bekarpar al nefesh levad. So he says, very interesting. It means, think about it. When you're bringing that and you bring mechapra on yourself, you bring kapar for your nefesh. No, not for your body. The soul, which was soiled somehow by the sin. The soul, the emotions, whatever exactly, part of the neshama always stays above everything, but the part of the neshama which relates to the world has now been sullied by the sin, and that's the nefesh, right? That nefesh is the lower parts of the whole soul. So the lower parts of the soul, called nefesh, is where the sulliness was by the sin, and that's what gets kapara through the dam, because the dam is damu nefesh, like the pasuk says. The varmu pradim, the pedarim, excuse me, the fats and the limbs ain't ikar kapara tlui behem. Right, those you don't need to do that. The kapara is done even if you don't burn it. So therefore, it's very interesting. It's a fascinating way to look at it. When the dam was brought, it's bringing kapara. Like you can see a certain thing you do is mechapra on your mind. A certain thing you do is mechapra on your mouth. A certain thing you do is mechapra. So it's like that. So the dam brings kapara for the nefesh, but not for the body. So what brings the kapara for the dam? L'chein kodem Yaakov. Lo tiknu tefillah kineged zeh. So what happened was there was Abraham and Yitzchak were madregas hadam and madregas nefesh. They were being matakin the nefesh, right? Whatever. I mean, they weren't bringing korbanos. They did bring korbanos also, but it means their level was a tikkun on the level of nefesh, soul, soul and lower levels of soul. What Yaakov did was sheled hakuf madregas nefesh. But Yaakov said the body is also like the nefesh. He made everything holy. Therefore, tikkun tefillas erev shehu gam aguf tiyel kapar g'mon nefesh. That also, he's saying that it's absolutely fascinating. Right? We learn so much from this. What's the role? Well, first let's say out the Pashup Shad again. So it means it's really, really interesting, right? In the state of the korban, and what's the whole role of burning the fats and the limbs? So the dam is the nefesh, And that gets kapara for the nefesh, right? Again, it's not just it's soul and decisions, your bechira, all that, right? Your body isn't bocher, it's yourself, your essence, your mind, your body. That I don't there's all different levels to nefesh and neshama and things like that. Yeah. But that part of you which is moving things, but your body still extends. Your body, which was also sullied by sin, is still not redeemed through that. What redeems the body is the body of the korban. And the body of the korban is the limbs of the korban and the fats of the korban, which that's what goes at night. Now, why? Now Yaakov is miyuchad that he was mitaking that also because he brought the body up to a level to be like nefesh, right? Means let's take a step back. There's always a tremendous battle in all of us, that between the body and the nefesh. Yeah. And our ultimate tikkun is to bring them together, right? There should be a shutfus, not that there should be machlokas. Right now there's a big machlokas going on. The body wants to sit in bed. The body wants to be lazy.
It's a tug of war.
It's a tug of war. The body wants to be lazy. The body wants to be depressed. The body wants to be slow. The body wants to do sins. The body wants to sit and watch videos all day. The body wants to do nothing. The body wants to be slovenly. The body wants to be hedonistic. And the nefesh is saying, come on, let's do something with ourselves. Let's make ourselves into something. Be a somebody. Do something, right? So the tug of war. So the tikkun is when they come together. So the way Yaakov was mitaking it was by bringing the
body to the soul.
Yaakov brought the body to the soul, exactly. And therefore, that's what's meant that he was mitaking Ma'ariv, because that's what Ma'ariv is. That's that part of the korban.
Fats and the limbs.
The fats and the limbs. So that's why Yaakov was mitaking it. So until now you couldn't, because there wasn't a tikkun on that level. So now let's go over our questions. That's the difference between Yaakov and the other Avos, it seems. So he doesn't speak it out in Mefurish, but it's in his words. That the other, this is not a tain on the other of us, God forbid. But Kol Echad is mitaking something. Avram and Yaakov, he's going a certain way we're working on like higher level worlds, right? That means Avram is being Megayer people, etc. For sure, he's making. It wasn't like he was. It wasn't an ivory tower, right? It wasn't an ivory tower, but somehow the body still wasn't part of it. He was like talking to people's nefesh and things like that. Come be people, but the totality of mankind, the totality of the body was still outside, right? And that's why he was mitaking Ma'ariv, because that was Yaakov's tikkun, was on a whole new level. I've heard others, it's not the same thing, but I think the Siva Shalom, Rabbi Karlitzio says over there, the Siva Shalom says that Yaakov was mitaking tefillas divrei rishus.
Rishus, yeah.
Right, so the same idea. What's the rishus? Means my salad, right? My salad could be part of kedusha, could be outside of kedusha. So the divrei rishus is that fits to this. Wow. Now, how is it over Merabas in his name? So it's Gavaldi. I saw a drash one time with the name Yaakov is Yud. I heard it one time from Beryl Gershfeld. Is that it's Yud Ada Akev. Yud always represents like Seichel. The Yud is the Seichel. Az Yashir Moshe. Yud is the Nakuda. Yud is Keneged Olam Haba. So Yud is the Seichel and things, the Rayon ideas. Yeah. Akev is the bottom of the physicality. So Yaakov is Yud until the Akev. Yud Ada Akev. Yaakov Yud Ada Akev. So that's the idea. It means Yaakov is bringing the Akev in. Avram and Yitzchak didn't dig as deep into there, so therefore not Shaykh Ma'ariv. Yeah, it's Gavaldi, no?
Yeah.
It was worth coming today to hear that. Okay, now look at it, I love this piece. What is sleep all about? There's three reasons I want to do this next piece. We're talk about what sleep is all about, and when is a man like a woman, and when is he like a man, interestingly, on the tzad of Kedusha, of course. Yeah. And also, we're going to see a shita in Chazal, which I didn't know about. Everybody knows that Yaakov slept for 14 years, right? Everybody didn't sleep for 14 years.
He didn't sleep.
He didn't sleep, and then he slept. But there's 2 days in Chazal, so let's see. V'yishkav mokum hahu. Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Nechemia, Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Kan Shachav, although this is the sheet that we know.
Yeah, but
Rabbi Nechemia Omer, Kan Chashav, Avkol Chav Sham Sham Beis Lavan Lo Shachav. You ever hear that opinion before? I never heard that before. You ever hear it? It's Andrews, no? So, Rabbi say one reason I wanted to share this is to share another day. Everybody knows he didn't sleep for 14 years. I think because Rashi brings that, I think more Megillah brings it. But hey, Rabbi Nechemia is also a Jew, right? Rabbi Nechemia said no, he didn't. He slept.
There, but 14 years in Lavan, or how many years he was there?
20 years.
20 years.
20 years in sleep. Ma Yomer, what did he say? Rabbi Shub Levi said, Tesvav Shir Amalas, Shiva Sefer Tehillim. Rav Shiv Bar Nachmani or someone said, Kol Sefer Tehillim Ayomer. So listen carefully, we're going to match these 2 days, right? It's different Amarayim, but Rabbeinu is going to match them, the Tanaim, right? He slept, when did he not sleep? He He didn't sleep before, or he didn't sleep after. Yeah. He said 15 prakim of Shir Malos. He said all of Sefer Tehillim. Wow. So what's it all about, right? No, here you're going to see, the greatness of Rabbeinu, that he takes these midrashim, which are so out there, and brings them together. You're going to see by the end, in 10, 15 minutes, I think we'll all see this will take on a new light and make a lot of sense. Near the Yehuda Sover, the Shchiva Morali, what's the idea of sleeping? That's another reason I like doing this piece, because it's something we all sleep, right? I sleep, you sleep, no, Yonah? Yeah. Right? So Shchiva Mora Al Higil Shleimus Achar Voda. You finish a job well done, then you go to sleep. Yeah. Right? So that's stam. Or stop. It's a sign of completion.
I thought it was to get caught for the next day.
So here he's saying that it's not. It's now I came to Shleimus and now I'm resting. Like a person said, like I did, I did a job well done, I did a good Seder, and now I'm resting.
What's the motivation? I should work those 6 days.
Yeah, right, exactly. Bu kinyan b'sham yenucha yegia koach. Passing Gediyav. Shekinyan shleimus haya beis aver. Notice that means what? If that's the idea of sleep, then I sleep after shleimus. Yeah. So all the 14 years that Yaakov was Beit Aver, he was being kona nu shleimus, right? Wow. Some say in order to get married, some say to deal with love on different shittas. Some say learn this, some say learn that. They're not what was going on there. But kinyan shleimus haya Beit Aver o terem bola Beit Lavan. Why? We spoke about last week. Yeah. Right? The base Lavan was so full of tumah. Lo hay efshar lo lachzik sham mamad el machmash nishtalim because of Beit Eber. Doctor said, "Look, I'm going to a place of of Tziv Tzalmovis. I'm going to a place of Gate Tzalmovis. I'm going to Kochas Atumah. I have to be Mechazimix. I have to reach Shleimus. 14 years. I steig. Now I can go to sleep. Wow. Now I'm ready. That's the first opinion. Yeah. Rav Nechemia Savar Shashiva Lo Hayta Machmash Kfar Higia L'Shleimuso. Rak hachana alayoto achar kach beis lavan liknot sham shleimuso. Upash dekro shachol meyachana kimavur. Interesting. Your way. No. Sleeping is not what you do after you complete something. Sleeping was what you do as to get ready for completing it. Yeah. So according to that, his shleimus was later. So that's a machlokes. When was it's very interesting machlokes, right? Was Yaakov being mishtalim himself towards being a beis lavan, or was he going to reach a new level of shleimus in beis lavan? It's like a perfect example. A person was in yeshiva, and he says, "You know what? I have to get a good night's rest before I leave. You know why? Because I reached shleimus. I've been in yeshiva for 10 years. I know Shas now, etc. And I can go to sleep, and now I'm ready to go into the regular world." Or you say, "What? No, on a different madrega, only when you stand in the nisyonis of that outworld, then you're gonna be shalom. You're not shalom now. You're still you left yeshiva, and now both bechinas are true, right? When a person finishes Shas, like a person can feel when he finishes yeshiva experience, I reach a shleimus. Yeah. But on the other hand, we all know that life teaches us a lot of lessons. Al tami batzmecha and hafuch, and then now I need. So it's two different days about was Yaakov sleeping post the shleimus, or was Yaakov getting ready for the shleimus? It's totally different. One way is that sleep is once I finish my job, a job well done. Now I go to sleep. Or no. I'm getting ready to do a job well done, and then I have to sleep. I have to sleep and get ready for it. Ach beplugta the Rishuv and Levi Rashban nira al pi divrei harav zal besider perik divrei Shas mikar David inish adaitel nafshe kavid. Right, this Gemara says originally a person usually does for himself. Haynu shleimus nafsho v'achkach lishmohu lashpia Torah. Right, the Gemara there says a person. I think it says in a negative way that a person does for himself, and then he gives over. Yeah. So I think the Dibra, I forgot whether the Dibra Rav is the Arizal or maybe the Balatanya. I think it's Arizal. I'm not sure. I don't know if there was a Siddur Arizal. I'm not sure. It might be the Balatanya. But either way, what he's saying is like this: the person, it's not that first you do it for covet. It means first I'm working on my shleimus, and now I give over. Yeah. That's the point. Now, watch this. Watch what he does here. When a person is working on being mashlim himself, that's an akeva. Okay? That's a woman. A woman is generally, again, obviously men have bechinis and women have bechinis and men today, but we're talking about bisharish, right? And it's very, very important to understand this. I often say in yeshiva that the sugya of zachar and akeva is the basic sugya of the bria. Every world is a zachar being mashpia into the next world is an akeva. That world gets the light of the first world, and it gives over to the second world. Now it's a Zachar Klabe, the next Nekeva, right? Kadosh Baruch Hu is in Shir Shirim. Who's the Zachar? Shem. Who's in the Nekeva? Klal Yisrael. Klal Yisrael Numas Olam. Who's the Zachar?
Because we have to be Mashpia.
We have to be Mashpia, right? We have the message. So we just have to convince him that we have the message, yeah. But we have the message. So we're the Zachar. Who's in the Nekeva? Rebbe Talmud. Who's the Zachar?
The
Rebbe. Who's the Talmud? What's the Talmud in the Nekeva?
Because he wants.
And now the Talmud's Makabel from the Rebbe, and then he becomes a Zachar to give over to other Talmidim, right? So it's the whole brief. Shemayim Varetz.
Probably the Shemayim
is Mashpia on the Aretz, right? Om Haz Om Haba. Om Haz Om Haba flips, I think. Om Haz is Mashpia to Om Haba. But I think it says
Om Haz is Mashpia.
I think so, because the Om Haz is creating the Om Haba.
Prosdor.
Right, the Prosdor. But that's everywhere, and you see even in the physical world in Israel, we say Zachar Nichnas L'Nekeva when you put if you put
the door,
you put the door, the Zachar Nekeva. That's how they speak. So it's all over Zachar Nekeva. So now I've seen this in other Svarim also, that I saw once in the Baal HaFlaw. The idea that Talmud is in a Nekeva, right? And so it's supposed to be. The person has the period where I'm more makabel. I'm not expressing my own opinion. I'm not there to say what I think. I'm there to hear you, makabel. Then they can give over. Hine kolzman hayot hadam osik b'hashlamad nafsho hu b'chinet nukmin hamakablin. So osik lishma. Now once you're a lishma, and now you're giving over. B'chinet zachran duchran means the dalet and the zayin switch dachran hamashpiyim. V'hine b'mishnai sukkah midas. Now watch this. Look what he does. He's a gon. He's absolutely a gon. You see, he was a gon with all the as I know, I like the saber. What can I do? He was a gon with kol tarkula with a Masorah. Now what could be better? Vinay. Sorry. Vinay b'shnai sukkah umidos shetesed ma'alot olot mi Ezrat Nashim le'Ezrat Yisrael keneged tesav shir mal shebeseber telim. In the holy Beis Hamikdash, right? We had the Kol Maravi. That was an outer wall, and then you have the inner part, right? Let's go, we're going west to east. What I run into? I run into another wall, and then I run into the Kodesh HaKodashim. Yeah. Then I run into the Azara. That's called Ezra's Kohanim and Ezra's Yisrael, right? Yeah. And then there are 15 steps, 15 circular steps, and then I go down to the Ezra's Nashim. That's where they used to have the Simchas Beis HaShoev and Ezra's Nashim, okay? So to go from the Ezra's Nashim to the Ezra's Yisrael, I have to go up 15 steps, which Chazal say is connected the 15 shir malos. Shir malos says shir malos, Yimamakim, shir lamalos, shir hamalos, etc. Those are 15. So therefore the tesvav are connected to Ezra's Yisrael. It's part of the Ezra's Yisrael, right? As I'm going to
there's a smashir to that is
right. Vainu sheyesh tesvav. Let's start from Vine. V'minishnaya sukkah u'midas shetesvav ma'alot olod mi'ezrat nashim le'ezrat Yisrael keneged tesvav shir mal shebet sever tefillin. V'hainu sheyesh tesvav aliyot. So it means now deeper. What does it mean? It's not stam that there are 15. Well, so let's understand the Torah a little bit deeper. No, 15, it's cute, so cute. Wow, isn't it interesting? No. Vainu sheyesh tesvav aliyot. There are 15 steps. Aliyachar min bechinas Ezra's Nashim hamakabum bechinas Ezra's Mashpiyim. There are 15 stages that a person has to go through. I don't know what they are, right? But you think back to yourself. I had this Rebbe, and he told me this, and I had this Rebbe, he told me that. I had this, and I thought I learned from this experience. And until to go from the makabum Nashim to Ezra's, it's beautiful. I never ever had any mashmot of what's Ezra's Nashim with Ezra's Yisrael. So Ezra's Nashim represents Zachar Nekeva. Also, it's also lower, right? Because the Ish's V'hainu V'alkein Amar Yishu ben Levi Shekol Otan Hashan M'shay Beit Lavan. So now, wait, when he was in Beit Lavan, Hayaholich Aliyah Achar Aliyah Ben Shleimus Nafsho Ad Shenase B'chinet Mashpia Kasher Allah Kol Tesvav Ha'aliyot Yatzim Misham Likar B'Shem Yisrael V'kodem L'Zed Nikra Rak B'Shem Yaakov B'chinet Ekev B'ches Bechinas hatachtonis of Adam, who remez bechina mekabel. Right? So it's referring, they're both learning, it's referring to the time when he was in Beis Lavan.
It was the kind of kiva. He was just...
Right. Umaya Omer means, what was he saying in Beit Lavan? So like we're saying, in Beit Lavan, right, one sheet says that he reached Shleimus before that. Yeah. This sheet is saying he's been mishtalim in Beit Lavan. Yeah. So in Beit Lavan, he's saying the 15 shir malos means he's going over Aliyah Achar Aliyah. This was a time It's interesting. It was 70. By the way, it was 77 then. Yeah. How old are you?
No, 77. Almost 50.
Right. So I'm 56. So I've always. So in 20 years, that's when I'm going to start growing. Right.
Yeah.
Yaakov is 77. I think, according to one sheet, he's 77. Now he starts steiging. Yeah. So he's going. Let's read again. Amar Rishu ben Levi. Shekol otan hashanim shay beit Lavan hayolech aliyah achar aliyah min hashlemas nafsho ad shnasa b'chinan mashpia. Right?
Yeah.
And all that time, what's his name? Yaakov.
Yeah.
Yaakov also has, we spoke about one.
Akiv. You said
Akiv. And Akiv means a lower level, low aspect. Then he becomes Yisrael, Sariti, Manashim, Elokim, Tuchal. Higher. Now Mashpia, now I'm Yisrael. And that's later when he gets back to Eretz Yisrael. Kasher Allah Tesvav Aliyot Yatzim Misham Likar B'Shem Yisrael. The Kodem Zanikrak. He was only called Yaakov. B'chinas Akiv. B'chinas Tachton Shabbat. Mu Remez L'B'chinas Mekabel. The Rashban Amar Kol Sefer Tilmai Omer Hainu Shabbodoso V'Liyosov Lo Levad Latzmai El Toch Pesach L'Chol Zaro Akarov. No, but the Tikkun Kol Ma'oris K'mosh Yadua Shesefer Tilmai Yesh B'Kol Ma'oris Yisrael V'Nirmuz B'Kol Etzaros B'Kol Yeshuas Ad Shichyu Amesim. So the other idea is that, listen carefully, it sounds like he's learning like this. I made a mistake before. I thought that these two were matching those two. They're not, right? I'm correcting that, right?
Yeah.
When did he sleep?
No.
He slept. One day it says he slept he slept now on his way to Beis Lavan, right? But it was the point was he was sleeping post the 14 years, or he was sleeping pre the 20 years, right? And that machlokes Rabbeinu said was he sleeping as the end of his shleimus that he's reached, like we said, I'm leaving yeshiva, I finish Shas, or was he sleeping before all that he's coming to stand in Beis Lavan? Now, in the second shita, that he was sleeping now and going to Beis Lavan, what was happening in Beis Lavan? He's being mashlim himself. When a person mashlim themselves, before they're mashpia, they're bekinas nekeva. And that was the idea. They were saying the 15 malot, because the 15, the step, the 15 malot, the 15 levels that one goes from the Ezra Danashim, to Ezra so beautiful, when he's bekinas nekeva. Now, but the other shita says, okay, wait. But all that he did was all there for the shleimas. Means a certain person is just a Talmud, and he's not going to go anywhere with being a Talmud. He's a Talmud, Baruch Hashem. Some people stay Talmudim their whole life, right? They're not always mashpia. Okay, the yesh kazet, Baruch Hashem. There are people like that. But Yaakov's hashpah, where was Yaakov headed to? To be the greatest mashpia of ever. So Yaakov is being the mashpia, and that's they did him saying all of Sefer Tehillim, which is connected the whole history. Oh, let's read that last line again. Hainu shib avodot, right? Avodatov aliyotov lo levad latzmai eliftoch pesach. Everything Yaakov steig during that time was opening up gates for us. But he can call Ma'oris and to fix everything. K'mosh Yadua, like Sefer Tehillim is about everything. Okay? Incredible. Let's see. You want to see one more piece?
Yeah.
Let's do it. This is really, really incredible.
Wow, that's a big one.
Okay, look what we're dealing with now, guys. What's the Sulam all about? What's the difference between, I should have written Torah and Tefillah? Do we daven or learn in Olam Haba? What do we do in Olam Haba? Right? Does all learning register? So let's see. Vinei sulam mutzav artzav rosh megiah shemaima. Medrash Rabbah. Vinei sulam zeh kevesh. Mutzav artzav zeh mizbeach. Okay, the kevesh was the ramp, long ramp. Mutzav artzav zu sulam is connected the kevesh. Mutzav artzav zeh mizbeach. Rabbanan patrin lebesina. They say something about Har Sinai. Uriah Mehemna, one of the books of the Zohar, says Vinei sulam dat salusa.
What's salusa?
Is tefillah. Okay, so the sulam. Listen carefully. The sulam is either against different parts of the Mizbeach, or Sinai, or Tefillah. That's a lot to work out. Dinei Tefillah nikra chayisha v'tor nikra chayom. This is Gemara in Shabbos Daf Yud. Right, one of the Maraim, I forgot the name, was davening for a long time, and his other Amora came over and said, wait. My taya tells him chayisha and tells him chayom. Right? So that Gemara, by the way, that's just, even without going further, that's a big chizik for learning. Right? You see that learning is called chayolim, Knei chayisha, stop davening. Now, what's the idea? I think Rashi learns this way. He's going against Rashi, I think. It's not just you say, because I'm davening for food. Right? Since I'm davening for food, it's all hazeh. But it's much deeper than that, because you're not just davening for food. Sharei ba kama bakashot al nyan voyim. In our davening, there are many bakashot al nyan voyim. V'lebayim b'sod Hashem, and those who learn deeper and Kabbalistic call it tefillah al nyan ramav and Yisrael. Right? It's all tikkunim and Shem's names and all that. Right? The people daven the Rasha stickers. So the whole. What do you mean tefillah is? Right? Tefillah is chayisho. What's a chayisho over here?
And there's a good passage with the Tehillim say halvai. That you should daven the whole day.
Right. Ela Perishu. Now, again, I point out, we're not reading Nefesh HaChaim here, right?
Yeah.
and we're not reading a Yeshiva Shemashkiach and a Yeshiva Tana. We're reading a Hasidic Sefer. Okay, let's do Ella Perishu Shetachlis Hakol Limud Torah. The end game is Torah. Ubishili brachos. Talmid Chacham Ein La Menucha Lo Lo Mahazel Lo Mahaba. Talmid Chacham never have rest. Perish Rashi Ein La Menucha should be Yeshiva 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 Medrash Medrash. They're always going from one level to another level. Wazar Kaddish Ita Mi Yeshivas Shel Olam Haba. Right, the different yeshivas in Olam Haba. Now look at this. We don't find davening in Olam Haba. Wow. Right? Why do we daven in Olam Haba? Hare shetachlis hakol hi Torah. Wow. That's what we do. If that's what he's bringing a riot, if that's what we do in Olam Haba, that means that's what it's all about. V'chein b'olam hazeh asher haTorah hi b'levushin yonei olam hazeh. So too now, when the Torah is given over b'levushin yonei olam hazeh, what does that mean, Rabbosa? Right? So listen, it means to say when we learn about the ox goring its fellow ox. So on the one hand, we're just learning about the ox and the ox, but the inyanim pnimim, that's just there's a much deeper ideas which are hidden in there, and that's just the outward story. Like I think Rabbi Chana Wasserman brings down from the Gra that the parts of the Torah which seem the most coarse, like Yudah and Tamar or David Bathsheba, that's where the highest things are, right? So it means that there's in Yanim Pnimim Pardes Torah that there, but he dressed it up. Reb Nachman, I said his deepest Torah is in the stories, right? Yeah. You read Likutei Maran, you don't know what's going on, but you read a story. Oh, I get the story. It's my story. The beggar, this. They said his deepest secrets in the stories. It means he hid it in the story.
Like in Agadah, there's a Gemara.
Like in Agadah, exactly. Okay, we know this idea. Okay, so now. And now here's the point. In Olam Haba, so we're not going to learn Shorish Shonagos apart. We're going to learn the shorish of it, right? What it really means. It's netzach going into sod and then whatever it is, you know. Even here, the tachlis akol. Yerushalmi kol chafatzim lo yishvu ba. Famous Yerushalmi. Afilu kol mitzvahs shel Torah einin shavas l'dvar echad shel Torah. So pasuk says kol chafatzecha lo yishvu ba. All of its chafatzim, all of its objects aren't equal. All the Torah isn't equal. All the mitzvahs aren't equal to one word of Torah on a certain level. Now what? Oh, good. So that's it. No. Ach lo kol lima Torah shava. Not every Torah is Torah. Malaso rak lefi erech is dachas alom. It depends who you are. When Rabbi Yashiv learned, when Shlomo Zalman, when Rabbi Yossi learned that pure soul, that their purity made the Torah a whole different Torah. The gam lefi hechsher v'tikkun kol olamas, and also how fixed the worlds are. Yeah. And therefore, shebetfilah ma'asim tovim b'amtzuut shel mitzvotah shel Torah metaknenes kol olamas. So now, for the Torah to get to its tachlis, it needs to be operating in a world and a person that's fixed. The more the world is fixed, and the more that the person is fixed, the Torah is on a whole different level. The more the world's messed up, and the more the person's messed up, the Torah doesn't have the same power. Therefore, it says someone who says, "I just learned," doesn't have any Torah. What's the idea? Because your Torah is running into a brick wall. You're learning, but your mouth is full of lashon hara. You're learning, but the world is full of tumah. So it has to be these all types of tikkunim. Therefore, someone who says "Ein lo ela Torah," fil Torah lo. V'kein lo olam haba. For olam haba, you call them now. What? Therefore, what? In olam haba, you call them most metukanim. So that means now what? So now in our world, what are we doing? We're trying to cleanse the world and cleanse ourselves. Yeah. So we need davening, we need ma'asim tovim, we need chesed, we need all these things. So we're fixing the world. And now our Torah can be mashpia. But in olam haba, everything's set up. So all you need is Torah. All you need is Torah, right? Ein Torah. So that's the incredible, very, very important piece here. Again, Lom Habash, you call them us. I told you it was worth it. Well, again, Lom Habash, you call them us metukanim, v'shamayim varis al mechonam. They're set. Lo ye esik acher lo tefila lo mitzvos ma'asiyos rak limud Torah. Basagas Torah b'levusha inyan hashayich lo to olam. Right? That's Gavaldi. Means in Asiya, Shoshanagach Haspar is going to mean this. Aviyah, right? In Yitzir it's going to mean this, in Bri it's going to mean that, and Tzil it's going to mean that. So it's the same, you're learning the same sugi of Shoshan Agasapara, but here you're learning Netzach and Tisod, and here you're learning, who knows what, Erech Ampin and I don't want to say the names that I don't even know. And it's all the same thing, but it's going to take on a different levush. And that's why I'm going yeshiva l'yeshiva. Oh, now I learned Shoshan Agasapara Lefi this Velt. Let's go to the next yeshiva. Oh, now I get to Rashbi's yeshiva, now I'm going to Rukiya's yeshiva, now I'm going to Rabbi Kiva's yeshiva, now I'm going to the Graz yeshiva, now I'm going to the Baal Shem's yeshiva. It's all different hasagas, but all we're doing is more and more hasagas, more and more Torah, more more Torah. There's no reason to daven. There's no reason to do Ma'asim Tovim because everything's fixed.
Wow.
Right? Incredible. Right? I'll read from. I'll be reading from Al-Kain again. Al-Kain Lolam Haba. Shiu kol olamad metukanim v'shamayim v'arsa v'chonom lo ye'esik acher lo tefilo lo mitzvahs masis rak limud Torah v'asagas haTorah v'lvush ha'inyan ha'shayich lo ta'olam u'basagas shachal hazig v'lisbol ad rum kol olam. So you go from world to world. U'bolam hazeh. So what's going on? On our world, call it tefillas v'mitzvahs v'masim tov. Call him rak tikun olamas b'chdei lagila tachas. Right? Dimtza. So where are we at? That's I highlighted this important. Nimtza shatar tzricha l'tefila mitzvahs u'masim tovim ki yideshu alomas metukanim. Right. So I need a person can't say today because your Torah is not going to work. Your Torah is in a mixed up world with a mixed up person. No, that's not Torah. That's not fixed. Nimsa so therefore Torah needs tefillah ma'asim tovim kadeshu holamos metukanim v'shadam atzma menuka metukan mikol shemetz begam v'davik l'Hashem yizbarach v'az limud v'Torah ram v'nisag v'omod. And now, you're davening, you're doing chesed, you're not a balgaiva. Now your Torah it can work. V'darshi rishumas pirshu mamra shas shmaitz abayit tzilusa kiyoma distava. That means. The mice over there was that an Amaro was learning, and the Gemara was talking about over there when you're allowed to go into shul or not. So it was raining, so he said we have to go into the shul because you need clarity of thinking. All the rain falling on my head doesn't let me think clearly, right? So I have to go into the shul because the learning needs tzilusa, clarity, cleansing of thought. But he's going to learn it in a different way. It means no. It's a different pshat. Shmaitza by tzilusa. It means it needs davening. Torah needs tefillah, not Torah needs clarity of thought. Pashup pshat. That's Darshir Shumas.
So with the Chazon Ish, every time you get stuck on something, you'll daven. He said you can't do today.
Right. Mikom bakum tachlis hakol Torah. No, but the tachlis of everything is Torah. V'hi chayolam, hi chayolam. V'tfili rak chayisha. Hainu l'takin hakol ad shayidei ziyuchal lavoli chayolam. So tefillah is chayisha, meaning it's fixing of this world. Okay. Right? What's Chay Olam? What's Chay Shah about? This world is to get to the next world. So tefillah, so the way he's learning is Givaldi. This world is to get to the next world, like the Mesil Shem explains in Perek Aleph, like every good Jew knows, right? Olam has a dome and lepros and the Olam Haba. So tefillah is part of that marechet. But Olam Haba, you don't do it.
You don't need it.
Right, you don't need it. Now watch this. Wait, what did that have to do with? What in the world did that have to do with the Sulam? Yeah. Let's go back, right? That paragraph stands on its own. Me'ata navol biur divrei hamedrash. Dihine inyan Sulam eineni inyan tachliti, right? It's not a tachlis. Rak hachana kedei lagia al yado el arliya. What's a Sulam? This is Givaldi. A Sulam is that right? Such a good example. I never thought about it. Right?
The whole fairly car.
Exactly. The whole point of the Sulam is exactly. The whole point of the Sulam is to get something. And in takliti rakachana kedei lagia yodo aliyah. Come on. Kasher herel Yaakov alvino. So now when they're showing Yaakov the Sulam, right? What does that mean? Hainu sheherelo et hachanos hamevios el shleimus. Kadosh Baruch Hu. It's very good with the last piece, right? Yaakov is on his way to shleimus, maybe, but not necessarily connected, but. Right, Yaakov's on his way to Shleimus, so therefore Yaakov has to see the Sulam, right? That's a Mizbeach. What's the Mizbeach? Shu hachana like riboah korbanos. The Mizbeach is the preparation for the korbanos. V'zeh mobil the kinyan hashleimus. V'she korbanos he mechaprim. And what did korbanos do? They're also preparations. He mechaprim misalkim as a pieces min adam. V'az nesa roy l'kinyan hashleimus taklidi. The korbanos, there's nothing which soils us more than chait. So the korbanos cleanse us. Uman damar zet tefillah. So that's why. So one said, let's just remember the 3 days. One said the Sulam was
parts of the Mizbeach.
One said the Sulam was Sinai. One said the Sulam was Tefillah. Right. So three different shatim. So watch what he does. Makes each of them make perfect sense. Uman damar zet tefillah hunami kanal.
Yeah.
Shatfila nikras chayisha, shav shatfila hidvekas hanevesh b'sharsha v'lo silik hapchisus. Right, tefillah is connecting to Hashem and not getting rid of the mikomok and in od tachlis. V'kol yichon el tachlis, all the tachana tachlis. The nirmis gamzed marasul. So it's another part of the hachana.
Yeah, it's like the ikar.
It's not the tachlis. V'chad Amar is this. Oh, it's another kasha. What about Sinai?
Yeah.
So that goes against everything, right? So he's going to make sense out of it, of course. So Sinai Torah Sh'af HaTorah he tachlis. Even the Torah is a tachlis. B'kol makom harei yesh b'gam zu shehi shemachshartem v'ramanta al ma'asim. B'kol malos harim nakagam kein et apsolos ben adam. No, Torah is also a meichin. Torah is the tachlis, but also prepares us. A person that learns well fixes me this. Yeah. If someone has bad meaning, people ask me, how come it doesn't always work? My brother-in-law told me, exactly. So Torah has a dual purpose. Yeah. Tefillah is all about vekas the sharish of this world. As a chana for the ultimate. Torah is the ultimate experience. Torah is unbelievable. Torah is the ultimate experience, but it also is an equal in the Olam Hazeh. My brother told me when he was in Chavin Yeshiva, they were Vildachais, you know. They said, and they didn't learn Muslim and Chassidus. All they did was Steig and Gemara, and they became better people. You saw it, you know. So it doesn't always work like that, but many people it does work like that. That a guy understands, and then you just learn. You know, it's not the whole thing. You know, we believe in Musar, right? We believe in Chassidus, but so Torah is also Machshir. So Torah also has a sulam dik. That's the point. It's unbelievable, no? Yeah. It's unbelievable, no? K'mosh Kavan Zohar. Lo idkri bar anish. A person dachi. A person doesn't become cleansed like zachi. A person only cleanses himself barnash ela b'mili daraisa. V'akein acheveim roskim b'torah p'tur min atfila. You call it tikunim shows up atfila nasis by ayatar. So you don't really need. If we would learn K'mosh Tzarich, we wouldn't need tefillah. Like Shiva Bar Yochai. Ela we don't, so we need it. But if we would, that's we call it tikunim shozam tefillah nasim gam ken ayidei Torah. You know, kol panim limanu karoi. Ach lav kol adam zochel lezeh, right? Lezeh rak l'rashbi v'chaver only Reb Shimon Bar Yochai kedis b'Yushalmi kanal the shmaitzah b'yitzilusa, right? Normal people shmaitzah b'yitzilusa. You need davening. Shimon Bar Yochai doesn't. We call him ish mekabel of old Torah kedas. Someone who really is mekabel of old Torah. Porish atzmo min kior min adomlo. A Torah atzmo min akeltam. We call psolos machshartum v'rom kol maser. So it's mamish unbelievable. So what's the sulam all about? The sulam is all about the hachana for shleimus. Now, how does that make sense? Of course it makes sense. That's what a sulam is, right? Isn't it? A sulam is getting you somewhere, right? So what are the things that get me somewhere? Tefillah gets me somewhere. Sinai gets me somewhere. And korbanos get me somewhere. Yeah. Korbanos cleanse the world, right? Tefillah makes me davik to my sharish, right? And cleanses. And Torah also cleanses. But the tachlis of everything is the Torah. And that's why in Olam Haba we don't have anything but Torah. And that's why Baruch Hashem, even when we're learning Torah, so let's think. So when we learn Torah down here, what are we doing? We're doing two things. One, we're cleansing ourselves. Has that nikoy? My thinking becomes better. My actions become better. Right? Torah maybe the day is the hearers, but I'm also touching the self. I'm touching Olam Haba. I'm touching what I'm going to do and I'll add, the more a person learns chazak in this world, the more afterwards, all the things you learn, that becomes much, much clearer. Now, I sometimes feel bad. You forget things, yeah? Olam Haba, you're not going to forget things. All that you learn now, it's going to be over there. It's all going to be lit up. Okay, so Marmish, 3 beautiful pieces. So we had incredible pieces. Thank you for coming.
You have to make this big and put it in
it's incredible. Yeah, it's very important.
Unbelievable.